While I'm waiting for the person that was just described to show up, I'd love to meet him. Oh, thank you, Doctor. Thank you for that all too kind introduction, everyone. And thank you for having me as the commencement speaker, President Fitzgerald, Chair Szymanski, esteemed trustees, parents, guests, faculty, administration, and indeed, my dear wife, Becca, who is with me here today. I also want to give thanks to, recognize, and acknowledge the long-standing history of the original inhabitants of these lands on which we hold this ceremony today, the Lenape Nation, who have cared for this earth beneath us and the life around us for thousands of years. I hope my words do honor to their distinct history and their deep presence here through to this day. Wanishi, thank you. And if you'll permit me, perhaps a special shout out to the CJ grads in the room. I know you're out there. We were a fairly large percentage of the graduating class in 1985. It's good to see so many other majors join us in increasing the numbers here at the school as well. As you take your next steps into a career of service, and as you potentially go into harm's way, please know that you are community resources, guardians of safety for all, and distinctive voices within the communities you will or already do serve. The experience you had here at Alvernia, it's already fueled your career readiness, and your insights and wisdom are needed. Listen well, learn always, and share power with the communities you'll be entrusted to support. Much success to you as well, and to those who will serve alongside you. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. So, here this day, I stand before you, humble and deeply honored to address the graduates of this fine university. The next set of leaders who will guide us into humanity, our future, and our future indeed needs you. Alvernia, as an institution of higher education, has been thoughtfully designed to meet the growing needs of the future. The learnings you'll take with you here today will serve you well throughout your careers and in your personal lives, so ready you are. What you've done to reach this moment, intellectually, emotionally, financially, with diligence and care and perseverance, marks an accomplishment to be treasured, and treasure it you should. With that marker in play, I'd like to speak to you today about the space in which we live. Now, space has many definitions, scientific and rhetorical alike. For our brief time together here this afternoon, I'd like to dispense with the usual trappings of definitions so we might think of space as something not fully defined, something present and yet not, something with shape yet shapeless, something we can see, feel, touch, but not there at all, everything and nothing. So for today, let's think of space as the rich landscape of humanity, nature, sounds, silence, colors, brilliance, opaque nothingness, and the time that awaits you, and await you it does. It's the world of now, it's the world to come, and space, as it is in this construct, is given purpose through the thoughtful use of intent and language. I'll say that again, intent and language. It's through this confluence of intent and language that we intimate and make plain what we propose to do with and among one another, how we find form for our thoughts, how we convey them. It builds the backdrop of how we're going to be seen professionally amongst our peers, our family members, our friends, and those we've yet to meet. Intent and language, the space in which we live. These are the building blocks of the world you'll make, the world we all need, domestically and globally. And I use domestically and globally quite intentionally and quite deliberately as the world gets smaller and more interconnected every day. While there is indeed turmoil on our planet, there is also widespread evidence of humanity's best intents at play. This latter point, again, intent, is a space in which progress can flourish. It's where our next steps can take a better path. It's where we build on the positive gains we've made, and where we position those who will follow us in this journey for success. It's a space in which we live. Now, no journey toward a better space can occur without communication, without language. This is also a space in which we live. Yet language is often inadequate. particularly the language of appreciation. Words can fall short, phrases falter, and the promise of prose leaves much unstated. But state them we must. Take a moment to truly recognize those around you. Tell them, I see you. We are valued. You are valued. And tell them, I see you in all that you are, your intergenerational disadvantages and advantages, your calm nature and your boisterous presence, your cerebral machinations and your TikTok quips. It's all you, and you are valued. We are all valued. We value one another. When combined, intent and language, they form the solid base for everything that's needed for humanity to advance. The language, the intent, they create the space for conversations, and conversations shape the world. To move these conversations along, one between two individuals or among a group of seemingly disconnected nations, requires that we start from a place of open and genuine curiosity. Curiosity about the challenges and strengths each party brings to the conversation. This is decidedly a process and the language of diplomacy. It's used all over the world every day. It can also be a tool as you take the next steps into your professions. If you're just now on the verge of venturing out into the workplace or onto another level of higher education, or if you've just added an advanced credential to your resume, begin your encounters with an open heart, with an open mind, ready to learn more. Dialogues build trust and rapport and offers the path for healing our nation's often polarized state of affairs. You will make mistakes. I'll say that again. You will make mistakes. Heaven knows I've made mine. You'll also enjoy glorious successes. The key is to learn from them both. They are kindred tutors, both having provided much needed guidance. This space that I've spoken to you about today is upon us now, and it needs the stewardship of all of you. The imprint you'll make will set the tone for those who come after you. They'll need your vision. My generation and every generation in this room needs your vision. We all need your vision. What you're taking away today from Alvernia isn't rote vision for implementation. Rather, it's the capacity to take in all that you experience in order to shape a vision, to use language and intent to nurture that vision, to make that vision the space in which we live, the space where we can all thrive. Finally, I would like to offer to you a sincere thank you for what you've done to reach this moment and for what you'll do with the billions of moments to follow. Every one of those billions of moments is genuinely and uniquely important and deserving of your attention and care. Care for them, attend to them, use language and intent to nurture the space in which we live. This is your time, this is your space, this is your moment. This is also where I end and where you begin. The world needs you. Onward, Amandla.